I had a bad day the other day. I went in for a high five. My buddy went in for a fist pound with his left hand. Then he switched to the high five. Just as I was switching to the fist pound, we were both concentrating on what was gonna happen over here. And then just as we were about to connect, we ended up kissing. It's the last time we ever made eye contact.
Put the dog to bed, throw the kids in the crate, and grab a sweet spot on the couch because it's time for laughs. Welcome to Laughs. I'm your host, Taylor Tomlinson, and the ladies are back in charge tonight. Well, this lady. You know, life can get hard sometimes, and just when you think nobody's there for you, your credit card company calls. Here's Mia Jackson and Nikki Winkleman to explain.
Like I said, I'm trying to get my life together. This is where I was a few months ago, you guys. I was so broke that my bank sent me a fraud alert when I made a deposit. I told you. You've been there, okay? Like, do you know how broke you have to be? Like, they did not believe that I put money in my own account. And then they called me and they were like, hey, Miss Jackson, we're just calling to verify that you are no longer irresponsible. Looks like you just bought groceries. And then they left that other message. They were like, we're just calling you if this was you. Please give us a call because we want to know what you did to turn your life around. Don't you worry about what I'm doing, Wells Fargo, all right?
I had an awful year, so I spent most of the summer with my leg broken, and then in the fall, my house got broken into, and then I broke up with my boyfriend because I wanted to do a hat trick of broken things. Immediately after me and my boyfriend broke up, I found out my credit card information had been stolen. Yay! That's the worst. And I was in a really bad place to handle this kind of information. I got a call from my bank. He was like, hi, this is Brian from Fraud Protection. We had a fraud alert on your card. Did you just spend $386 at Lady Foot Locker? And I was like, no, I'm at home crying in my sweatpants. I wasn't even wearing sweatpants. I was just holding to them to my face and weeping into them. He said, well, we got an alert because there was another $200 they tried to charge on the card immediately afterward. That's what flags the fraud. So he said, we're going to walk you through some of your recent transactions to see if there's any other questionable charges. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. He said, did you spend $3 at Wendy's? Yes, I did, Brian. He said, did you spend $18 at Wendy's later the same day? I'm in a really bad place right now.
Hey, we should be Facebook friends. We should stalk each other and pretend our lives are much better than they are. Find us on Facebook.com/Laughs TV Show. You can find even more comedy and find out where you can see Laughs Comics live or just lurk. We won't judge. Now here's my friend and sometimes Laughs co-host, Jose Sardui.
My name's Jose, and I look like this. So I get to experience racism behind enemy lines. I'll just be at a bar, minding my own business, and then racism will start, and I'm like, oh no, I'm a spy. So I just start taking notes. Okay, Bubba said this. You're in trouble, Bubba. But that's been my role since I was a little kid. My family would send me into restaurants like, find out if we can eat there, right? And I would walk in like, how about all these immigrants taking the jobs, huh? And if anybody said, hell yeah, kid, that's when I go, we're not eating here, okay, you know.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Give it up for that. Right on, man. Detroit is a special place, man. I don't know about here, where y'all from Columbus, but we got like some of the best dressed minimum wage workers in Detroit. They be sweet as hell. Like, your album about to come out? Why you look so nice back there? And one time they was voting to get like $15. It's like, nah, you ain't finna get a Charger dropping fries. I'm not gonna let it happen. Nope. Look what you doing with $7.25. You look good as hell. Like, I went to a Subway, right? I'm going to Subway. The dude in there had on a pair of jeans, man. It was like some True Religion jeans, like $500. He had on a belt, right? A Versace belt that was $2,000. And he had the apron tucked in so you could see it. That's how serious he was about the belt. And I'm like, you know, this is my thing. I ain't no hater at all. I ain't gonna hate on nobody. I just feel like a belt never supposed to be the most important part of your outfit unless you Batman. That's the only time that I'm cool with that, fam. Not when you making my $5 footlong, bro. I ain't gonna have that.
Batman comes up a lot in comedy. Way more than Spider-Man, which is weird. You'd be surprised. Or maybe you won't. I don't know your life. Here's Charles McBee.
When I was younger, I didn't think I was gonna be a comedian. When I was younger, I thought I was gonna be a actor, right? Because I used to watch superhero movies, and I'd be like, man, maybe one day I could play Spider-Man or Batman in a movie, right? And then I grew up and I realized ain't no black Spider-Mans or black Batmans, right? Like, the only black Batman you will ever see is in Times Square in New York City. That's it. That's the only one. I will go out in auditions, and I would get the same feedback every single time on all of my auditions, right? I would get the same feedback. They'd be like, you can't audition for Spider-Man because it's not believable to the masses. A black Spider-Man is not believable to the masses. But Abraham Lincoln killing vampires, absolutely believable. All right, cool.
Another big superhero, Batman. My problem with the Batman movies is they're always like, what if Batman was real? We're gonna make it like he was real. If Batman was real, he would be almost awesome, but a weird guy. Bruce Wayne is a weirdo. Imagine Bruce Wayne's your good friend, right? He gets you all together tonight. He's like, hey guys, you're not gonna see me anymore. I've decided to commit the rest of my life to tearing down the corrupt justice system that created my parents' killer. That's right, mind, body, soul, every waking moment's gonna be spent training myself to become a one-man wrecking army. I'm gonna become a symbol for change. I'm gonna stand up for justice. You guys would be like, wow, Bruce, that's amazing. Until he was like, also I'm a bat. Then you might have a few questions like, what? Yeah, I'm a bat the whole time. I look like a bat, and my car is a bat, and I have weapons that are bats. No, Bruce, just do the first part. You're being weird. No, everything's a bat or I'm not doing it. Get off the banister, Bruce. It's not a banister, it's a bat perch. Everybody leaves except for one girl. She's like, I think it's a good idea. Meow. Daredevil, that's a popular one now. He's a superhero who is blind. All of his other senses are superhuman. So that makes him a superhero. But he could just be a really nice blind guy who's got some really good friends who are lying to him so he can live out his fantasy. You know, he's walking into their apartments, he punches a lamp, he knocks over a dish. They're like, thanks, Daredevil, you saved us again.
Laughs will be right back after this commercial break. Don't cheat on me by watching other shows. I will find out. I swear to God, I will find out. You have nowhere else to go right now. But there's more laughs coming up. You are watching Laughs, hopefully on purpose. You know what I don't understand? Women. Am I right? Mystery. Don't even get it. Just ask Pedro Salinas.
I don't think I'm good at sex. That's one thing I'll tell you guys. I've had good sex before. I just don't think I'm good at it in general, you know? Because I like to have sex with women, and women are very particular, right? Like, figuring out how to have good sex with one girl is like learning to play the violin, you know? Like, at first, you're a total embarrassment. It's like, have you even heard music before? You're just like hitting the outside of the case, like, is this doing it? Am I playing the violin yet? Do you blow on it? How do you play the violin? I have no idea what I'm doing. But then you figure it out, you get better at the violin, you become the greatest violinist in the world, and then the violin catches you Facebook messaging a viola at 3 in the morning, and then you don't play the violin anymore. And then you go out with another girl, and you know, you go on a date and you take her home and you're like, oh, I know what to do. I've played the violin before. But then you take her clothes off and suddenly there's a French horn looking at you. And you're like, wait a minute, there's buttons now and valves? And I'm supposed to put my fist in it? I don't understand what's happening.
Oh, poor Pedro, still learning the instruments. Guys are easy. They're all kazoos. Any idiot can play one. Heck, a strong breeze can play one. I'm gonna tweet that. Dudes are kazoos. You can follow us on Twitter at LaughsTVShow, or just keep the conversation going with the hashtag LaughsTV. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Funny Bone, Columbus, Ohio. I'm thinking Chrissy Mayer is about to drop some knowledge.
I think sex is important. A lot of people have mentioned it tonight. I guess this is sounding like a PSA. Sex is important. Like there's some like old people in here. I hope you're still having sex. I do. I want to be having sex up until the day I die. Maybe even a few days after. Here's the thing about necrophilia. If you're the guy, I don't want to be judgmental, but it's usually a guy, right? If you're the guy having relations with the body, that's bad. You've probably hit a rock bottom of a cold, weird rock bottom, right? But if you're the corpse, that's like the best compliment ever. You know? If you look so good that when you die, the Undertaker's like, whew, give me 20 minutes.
My girlfriend and I are not married because we're sinners. So my mom calls us. But my girl wants to get married. Like, she's ready. She's like, I feel like we're ready. I feel like we're best friends. I said, babe, we're not even Facebook friends. I'm not making it up. She blocked me from her Facebook account. So I can't see anything that's going on. So I blocked her from my Bank of America account. Hashtag winning, okay? No, I'm serious, man. She wants me to get married. My mom wants me to get married. Spoiler alert, my mom is black, just so you know. She wants me to get married, you know? And my mom is concerned about it, so I started going to counseling to work on myself. I said, Mom, I'm going to counseling. She said, why, are you gay? No, but why is that the first thing you came up with? Why couldn't I be addicted to heroin? I like jazz, you know? She's like, are you gay? I said, no. She said, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. What's wrong? I said, Mom, I think I'm gonna marry a white woman. And got quiet, just like that. She was like, being gay ain't all that bad.
Okay, you have about 90 seconds to grab a snack, take a leak, and wash your hands. Go, 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 go. You know what? Skip the hand washing. Laughs will be right back with more comedy. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome back to Laughs. I'm Taylor Tomlinson. For the biggest laughs, let's head over to the MGM Grand in Las Vegas to Brad Garrett's Comedy Club.
See, every time I come out here to work in Vegas, I bring my girlfriend with me, which means what happens in Vegas never freaking happens to me. 'Cause she's right there all the time. Been with her forever, man. Like, so long, I just stopped counting. You know what I mean? We were driving, it's like a 4-hour drive from my house. We were driving, I realized one time, we were pulling into town, I look over, I realized she was talking the whole time. I was like... It's different in the beginning, because you listen to every word a woman has to say. In the beginning, she'll tell you a story, she's like, oh my God, there's this girl at work, and she's such a bitch. You're sitting there going, yeah, she sounds like a bitch. Yeah. 10, 11 years go by, she'll tell you that same story. Oh my God, there's this girl at work and she's such a bitch. And you're like, why? What'd you do to her? Because I know how you get, you know? And so... She gets all mad and stuff. It's funny too, man, because in the beginning, I remember I was jealous. in the relationship. She had a crush on Brad Pitt. I was like, man, to hell with Brad Pitt. If I see him, I'm gonna kick his ass, dude. You flash forward 13, 14 years later, if Brad Pitt walked in and she saw him, and I would just look at Brad Pitt and go, good luck. We went to this restaurant, and everything was fine. Everything was great. And all of a sudden, she noticed the waitress's name tag. And I didn't know this. Guys, if you don't know this about women, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Every single woman on earth has a name of another woman that they hate. They could be somewhere having a great time. All of a sudden, they hear that name and they're like,
that bitch. Is she here? She's gonna die.
Men don't have that problem. If we meet a guy named Joe, we don't think of the Joe we hate. We're like, hey, Joe, how's it going? Nice to meet you. How you doing? A woman could see a little girl, and she's like, oh my God, she's so adorable. What's her name, Rebecca? She's a slut. Don't play with her.
You can find us at youtube.com/laughstv show to relive jokes from tonight, as well as catch up on episodes you missed because you passed out before it was over. You're such a lightweight, Trish.
Because I'm trying to be sexy. I'm trying to bring it back. I got kids that are 14 years old. I hate both of them. I can't say it on TV. Both of them female dogs. Bitches. I hate them. And then I have mothers that come up to me after the show and they be like, oh my God, I can't believe that you're calling your daughter a And I'm like, well, one or two things have happened here. One, either you don't remember how you were at that age, or two, your kids ain't old enough to be them yet, but they on their way. I got two girls at that. 2 girls, 14 years old. Do you know what my bathroom looked like? It's disgusting. Looked like a mass murder happened in there. It's completely nasty. And then because of how women bodies work, we sync together. So now all 3 of us. Just a house full of monsters. I hate you, I hate you. Now my poor husband, he's just like, I don't know, that's it. All I have is the dog.
More laughs coming up.
Don't turn it off! I'm coming up next.
Here we go again, the moment when Tom Simmons makes you question everything, but in a funny way. So then there's this with Tom Simmons.
A Lithuanian engineer has proposed building a roller coaster that would purposefully kill the riders. And I'm proposing keeping this particular Lithuanian under surveillance. The design was developed at the Royal College of Art in London, and they might want to rethink their admission screenings. Because this coaster would send passengers through a series of extreme drops and loops, which would create euphoria and then kill them by starving the brain of oxygen. It's the funnest ride you'll never get off. Sign me up. I want my next of kin to remember me having fun in my last moments, which they'll be able to do by buying the commemorative photo in the gift shop. Sounds fun, right? Bring the whole family. The kids die free. Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety, make sure the bar is secured tightly around your waist, or not. Please keep your arms and legs inside the ride, if you would like an open casket, and remember to secure all loose items or give them to a loved one in your will. So far, the euthanasia coaster has only been built on a scale model, but the mice absolutely love it. I'm surprised this inventor can't find investors. It's the only roller coaster you wouldn't have to wait in line for. There may be a few awkward questions when confused people get to the ride. They're all like, why are all those 6 flags at half-mast? I wonder how long it is before Texas orders one of these things to speed up its death row. They say before the drop, you have a chance to get off the ride. You know what? That's where they'll gouge us. Be like, this place is ridiculously overpriced. It's like $6 for a Coke, it's $9 for a hot dog, and it's $750 to get off the death machine. You know what? Even if they do build it, this ride won't be open very long, because who has a business model that wants no repeat customers? I think Disney should buy this and put it in there. There is no Tomorrowland. We're not still recording, are we?
Well, all right, we have to stop. We've given you enough laughs to get you through the week. I'm your host, Taylor Tomlinson, and I'll see you next time. Until then, I'll see you on Tinder, Grindr, the bus, or some other filthy place. Good night. Like what you just saw? Subscribe below to our YouTube channel and you can see even more. I'm not suggesting. Like, do it now. I can see you. I will wait.